This is Christina, and you're watching Custom Games. Welcome back to stream. I'm your host, Christina, and tonight we're back in Minecraft. I'm joined by Chase. Say hi, Chase.
Hey.
Tonight, I am working on a project in the spawn town, and Chase is writing some code for my reactors.
Yep. Oh, I 10,000% cheated, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. So, basically, instead of running modems under the floor over here to these accumulators to check their power levels, you can connect them to display boards.
Also, hello, Cassie. How are you tonight? Sorry.
Well, there's a peripheral for computer craft that you can connect the display boards to. And computer craft can read the individual lines on the boards.
Okay.
So I'm taking in the text string from the board, sanitizing it into a number, and using that number in my code as how full the batteries are.
Jesus. Yeah, that's cheating. But it's good cheating.
Yeah.
See, kids, cheating is good once in a while. When permitted.
Not necessarily the stance I think we should take in this matter, but whatever floats your boat.
Okay, how would you like to spin it then?
I am taking a technically approved shortcut.
I should probably teleport back to my place real quick and get some magnet wine. Unless you can... Well... Wonder if you have any in your computer.
Magnet wine?
Yeah.
It's my vintage magnet wine.
11s and 4s.
Okay, you see that little card that just showed up in there?
Magnet card, yep.
Take that card and put it underneath the quantum card. Oh, underneath it. Okay.
Like that? Okay.
Yep. And then turn magnet card, cycle it to pick up the inventory. It'll go in your inventory. You can click it again. It'll go straight to the MAME system.
Go ahead and give you all this. Thank you.
I have a feeling I'm going to regret that later, but... Also,
Cool.
I'm having to bleed your battery banks down to see if they are working correctly, and so far they are.
Cool. Hello, Cassie.
Also, you have these wired in such a weird way.
What do you mean?
They're not acting as a bank, so to speak. They are, but they aren't. You technically have them wired in parallel, okay? Which is good. but they just don't. They're not draining evenly, and it makes me kind of sad. But it's nothing bad. It's just like right now, because of the way I have this set up for testing. Battery 1 is at 61%. Then we're at 193.
I see.
Because I didn't drain off the main line. I tossed a connector on the number 1 battery and was draining off of it. So it's not capable of balancing.
I see.
I did ha ha ha. Future me thought of this. Dun 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 dun.
Oh.
Well, I've got the clutch in over here for the secondary set of generator coils. So I've got room to just go ahead and just drop in the redstone controller and hook the line up.
When I moved that other generator over, I already had the clutch and everything. I put the clutch and everything on it for you.
Beautiful.
That was me doing that. You're welcome.
Yeah. Modem. This in. Oh, also that's something to check. Yes, okay. Okay. 57 is... is less than.
Okay.
Bat average is less than 50, then stress difference is a safe stress, then charge generators off. Else, if the average of the batteries is less than 50, then turn on the generators. If the battery average is greater than 96, then turn off the generators. This seems too easy.
Isn't that how most of our best projects end up going?
But it scares me. On.
Cassie, are you listening currently? Yeah, I think she's dead.
Okay, so now... Oh, ahead. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. And push. Okay, I'm getting ready to drain most of your power system now.
No.
Pretty much. And first battery's at 5%. Okay, second battery's at 90. Now the overall number should be going down. Yep, 65.75.
Boog with a posture check and hydrate. Thank you, Boog. How are you tonight?
3. These should kick on any second. Okay, generator's kicked on. recharge your system.
I feel completely recharged. No?
Sorry, thinking. I'm watching your system recharge now. What I did is I built a big battery in the middle of the floor, and I drained everything into it. And now I'm draining back out of it to make sure that the cutoff works.
Look, I said I'm sorry. Also fixed my keybinds, but still can't open AE2 UI. Chase. Chase.
Yes.
I read a comment that you would have been interested in.
I heard the comment. I'm still figuring out issue or answer to said comment. Stand by.
Gotcha.
Boog, does it try to open it, but just kind of get scared and tremble? Yep.
Boo.
Hi, friend.
I was told you were asking me a question.
I was asking if you had been listening, because I was going to have you help me fill all this in with dirt, this top layer,
Oh.
if you had nothing else going on.
No, not really. If I'm being honest.
Well, grab some dirt and start filling. Yep, we're just doing this bottom layer.
Yeah, this is gonna be the new floor level. You're gonna bring it down to where we're doing the dirt, right?
Yep. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to leave this landscaping up here. This is going to be ground level that I'm going to terraform down to. And this ground level is going to be what I build all the gardens on.
Okay, and then yeah, you're gonna terraform that hill back down to ground level, essentially.
Yep.
Okay. I'm also going to, once you have this sort of done, or maybe I should do it first, I don't know what you want me to do, but the sides where the side entrances, the town hall are, need to kind of be cut back, if you see what I'm talking about.
That's going to be part of it. Yeah, that's going to be part of it.
Yeah, so...
Boog, to answer your question, it shouldn't be doing that. I don't know why it's doing that. I will see if I can figure out why it's doing that.
Oh, Boog. Good thing I have chat turned off tonight. You have killed Chase.
It was worth it for the look on your face. The incredulous, open-eyed stare. Oh.
Also, Chase, do you have your tuber running?
Software's running. I don't know if I've sent it over to... Hold on. Let me check.
Forgot to ask before this, so I'm not gonna...
Page was open. I forgot to hit start.
I did not switch over to it because I forgot to ask you. I will switch over to it when we switch games.
Okay.
But I figured I'd ask in case we needed to fix anything before the next portion.
Yeah, makes sense.
And you have a white. You inherited my sleeping bag. Yep. Stupid magnet card.
Boog, just for giggles and shits, I mailed you a guide so you can access the stuff manually until I figure it out.
I'm sorry, Boog. That string of words is a Winnie the Pooh reference?
He sings it while he's exercising. Up, down, puts me in the mood. Yeah, it is. It really truthfully is. I didn't think about that until he said it. He's doing squats, arm out squats.
Okay. It has been decades since I have watched Winnie the Pooh. Or the game is telling you no computer.
See if this charges correctly. Okay, until I get a wild hair and completely rewrite this software again, if the batteries are below 50%, it's going to kick on both your generators.
Okay.
And once you reach 96% across all of your batteries, it's going to kick off both generators. Its default behavior, if it can't read on the batteries, is to assume that battery is at no charge for the average.
Okay.
Just to be safe. Yep. They literally just finished charging and shut down.
Cool.
Cool. It works. I'll have to restart its little computer in a second, but
You know what would honestly be kind of cool?
a number of things, but what?
Have a smokestack on that building and have campfires in the smokestack that are blocked by some blocks controlled by pistons. And if the generators are running, pull the blocks out so you get smoke out of the stack. If the generators are off, turn off the stack.
I mean, probably.
It'd be kind of neat. Or hell, as long as you made the stack tall enough, you might even get away with just doing pistons under the hay bales that are under the campfires. And then the hay bales just extend the range of the smoke.
I mean, that's a true thing. Okay, it's even simpler than that, Christina.
What?
The smokestacks from steaming rails are redstone sensitive.
Really?
Yeah, they are.
So I could literally just have a cable running to the top of one of them. And then kick the smoke on if the generator's running.
In theory, yeah. Oh, and I also, since I had this partially tore out, I moved the computer.
Oh.
It's now under the generator, so it can't be seen. I've just got me a little trapdoor to do work.
Okay.
Alright, let me disconnect VS Code.
If I add more batteries eventually, does that cause you a problem with your script?
There's a config line. We just have to change the number of batteries.
Okay.
And of course, put the sensors on the back of the batteries. Next time you're over here, you'll see how that works. There we go. Now you're not using less stress than you need to, or you're using less stress than you need to now. So
Nice. Boog. There technically is, because Chase is watching it.
like, observe in what way, Boog? Oh, like you want a redstone signal if it's rotating? Is that what you're looking for? Oh yeah, no, that's easy. Alright, give me a second, I'll come over to spawn.
Oh my god, are we gonna have a create class with Grandpa Chase?
I'm just gonna show real quick how to do that observation.
I mean, fair, but still, I can call it that.
I mean, if you want to. It's Boog. It's actually how I got around the bug with the wireless transceivers. So you know, Create's got the wireless way you can transmit redstone, but with chunk loading, they act weird sometimes. And I needed a way this always worked, so I come up with a way to do wireless redstone using those. So I need a motor, a void motor, a clutch. And then 11.
Thank you, Cat. Thank you, Cassie.
No.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Oh. Shoot. I'm sorry. I turned the stream audio off earlier when you were talking to me, so I didn't hear myself. You probably have been saying stuff on stream. Apologies.
You're all good. We've been answering Boog's questions and all, so.
What's what Boog's been asking
Well,
about?
Chase is about to do a demo of Redstone.
Oh, are you about to go over to your place?
No,
Nope, gonna do it right here.
you're not talking in game, Chase.
Demo of Redstone, where?
Right here.
Here.
Right here.
I'm gonna put my motor down.
All right.
And do this for rotation, so we have rotation. Okay, so
Beautiful.
shaft, clutch. Okay. So we all know clutch stops rotation. Cool.
Yeah.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this.
Oh, I know this.
Yeah. So you can see, not spinning, no redstone signal. Spinning, redstone signal. The comparator will output a redstone signal based on the amount of speed in the speedometer. You can also do the same thing with the stressometer. So if it's rotating, you get redstone signal. If it's not rotating, you don't.
So that'd be
this
what
is a
you
way
need,
to
Boog.
detect if a shaft is rotating. Yep. Now, if you want to do it so it's just a blatant on-off signal, then you just take and just put your block here.
Oh, God. Hang it, it's off.
With your redstone torch on it. And then when you have rotation.
That's great.
This is how I do wireless redstone over at Cassie's place for her automatic tree farm system. So it works with the computers.
Did a bunch of grass just grow around us?
Yes, Christina's using the green command.
Okay. Cheater.
Green command just makes time go faster for grass. I'm not worried about that.
Yes, warping time just for grass. Probably not gonna cause issues.
No, it's fine.
I mean, anything's gonna cause issues for time and space in the server. It's the teleporters.
I was gonna say, it's probably gonna be something I've done or doing. But yes, the teleporters.
So yeah, Boog, there's your demo. Boog says, yay, I can remove your motor and put it in as a failsafe.
Okie dokes. Yeah, you know how he was having trouble where sometimes his whole system would shut down and then it would just start overflowing? So I put one of those motors over there that ran the belt to make sure it would never stop.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is how we did wireless control for my tree farms, so that we can turn them off remotely without having to do rings from AE2 or like some sort of other wireless redstone solution, because the wireless redstone links break quite often. So, yeah.
So, Cassie.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely redoing that whole area that's a hole right now.
I figured as much, or else you probably wouldn't have torn it out. So
the roof line is going to get changed too.
Okay.
Basically, this is going to be one uniform back with some doors out to a outdoor patio that is raised up. The patio then has steps down into the gardens with a fountain somewhere in the middle of the in the middle of the gardens.
So basically, the blueprint of where the piece that was jutting out from the back is going to be the blueprint of the new patio at the back of this.
The patio is actually going to be slightly bigger than that.
Yeah.
The patio is actually going to be... let's see. I'm just going to use polished granite.
Uh-huh. So question, I assume by the random assortment of blocks in the shulker boxes, that is currently your entire storage system you've brought with you?
That is my project storage. That is not all of my storage.
Ah. Oh, it's gonna be a long boy. I see.
That-ish.
Okay. And then stairs, like, down either side of it here or something?
Down the sides and down the front. So, if somebody wanted to, they could actually walk all the way up onto the patio, straight through the doors, straight through the back, all the way out the front, if they wanted to.
Uh-huh.
So, it's going to take a bit. Also, apparently, Boog is out of chunk loading.
Yeah. What was that?
Creeper.
Oh.
Okay, I made a stream group for the voice mod. Voice chat mod. Because y'all walked off, and I completely lost what y'all were saying for a second.
That's what the cryptic message was.
Yes.
I thought you had, like, a big ego or something like that.
Well, that's true as well.
I want you to know I showed that on stream on accident.
Uh-huh. Yes, you did.
So...
Torch Satan, do you want to go around and, torch up this area?
How do you call him Torch Satan? He's just regular Satan.
Chase.
When I'm not stuffing my face, yes, sure.
Okay.
Well, good luck with this.
Yeah. There's a
Also-
reason I wasn't particularly motivated to do this.
Was there a railing up here where I'm standing currently? Oh. Okay. Was there a railing here, or is this just how this was?
There was a railing, yes.
Okay, did you tear it out, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I tore it out because I wasn't sure if I was going to do a second layer walkout as well.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
All right.
decided on that one yet.
And I assume that's why the chandelier pieces are clear in the middle.
No, that's just because when I was building it, I wanted 4 and 4.
Oh, so it just worked.
It just worked.
Huh. I guess like 4 or 5 years ago when you put those in, it just happened to align.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
That's how it normally works around here.
Well, I may potentially take a little bit of look at starting on my project within this building, on the first floor at least, so we can open up more of this town hall to people. So
Oh.
the cafeteria / food court area may take a look at starting to tear out some of the old design work in there.
Good.
So I can put the new stuff in. So I just kind of feel like maybe working on a project in the same area, since that's what's going on right now. If you need any help with terraforming outside, let me know, though.
Will do. The first thing I need to do is get all the gardens in.
Oh, you're going to do the gardens, then terraform?
Yes, because once I know what the gardens look like, then I'll know how to terraform around them to accent them.
Okay, yeah. And also, like I said, don't worry about terraforming the hill, like, straight out in the back there. Don't worry about terraforming it too far down in that direction. You've got about 30 to 50 blocks until you reach an actual tunnel that's going to go through this hill. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, I'll just sort of head in that direction then.
And if you hit the tunnel, we'll work around it. So,
If I hit the tunnel, it'll have a glass roof on part of it.
yeah, it'll be like what we can do is we can, like, open it up and they could get, like, a glimpse of the garden as they're leaving the town or something.
Or entering the town.
Yeah.
Because technically that direction's me and Evie.
Yeah, south. This direction, is you and Evie over here. Over this direction is Chase and Chiba and me, technically, based on how I think I'm going to link up later. But that's going to be a very big project to lay rail 5,000 blocks, so...
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it.
Well, you're going to be south, too.
But I have many projects to do first.
Well, Cassie, you're going to be south, too. You're going to be coming out of the same way as me and Evie.
Building trains. I'm working on my other projects that I promised first.
I was muted. You would be south with me and Evie.
Oh, would I? Oh,
yeah, because you're past me.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yes.
You would actually do well to loop to my railway, connect up with me, and then my railway connects us up to here.
Yeah, I think also based on how that is I think I'm going to have to bore through a mountain, which is going to be the quickest path to get to you.
Probably.
So,
well, you're going to have to do at least a mountain, if not 2, to get to Chase, or 3 to get to here.
I also am just reminded of the fact that your rail network is already quite large at your place with how far out it goes to the Tipple and to the village over on the west side and stuff like that.
Well, you're going to be east side, though, so you're not really... You're expanding onto things I haven't touched yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm way down in the southeast, but what's going to happen is I'm going to have to come up through some stuff and, like, basically through a very tall, like, ice plains mountainous area to get to you, so...
Yep.
There is a shorter part, a very thin part, that I could cut through to make that easier, but it'll be a later project, so... Ugh, that's gonna be a lot of work. It won't be as much rail now that I'm thinking about it. Only a few thousand blocks and like 2 or 3 instead of like the full 5. But yeah.
Also, those shulkers are not a random assortment. each one of them has a different type of block in there. I mean, Boog, we're doing just a few things. I apologize that we're not 100% reacting to everything you're saying. Need to go out one more. There's those. Let's go up and get the rest of those blocks. Understood, Big. Guess that flashing does show. Okay. Put that flashing back then. Oh, Mistress of Wood, Cassie. You wouldn't by chance have some birch planks, would you? Cassie? Cassie's dead.
I should have birch in my system.
You should have birch in your system? Okay.
I should.
I'll check that then. Boog? I'm saying that because she has tree farms for literally every tree in the game.
Every overworld tree.
Correction, every overworld tree. It was the first thing that came to mind, Boog. An arborist is not something that I regularly use in my vocabulary. Oh no.
Oh no.
I found something you don't have.
What?
I need a shit ton of bricks.
Give me a minute.
Okay. I'll work on other parts of the project. Okay, I need to do a supply run to my house. I will be back. Wait, where's the trap door?
Go behind the generators.
Generators, okay.
You were almost there.
Oh my god.
So what did I miss?
Well done, Chase.
Finding where a computer was hidden.
I went on a supply run to my place, and while I was there, I wanted to check out what Chase wanted me to check out. Yeah, let's leave it there.
Okay, I have been fed. Now,
Good.
set up brick making.
Ooh, I got close to putting myself in the system. I almost
What, you
used my
almost-
Christina card at Christina.
Well, Did we have a scenario recently where 2 people tried to teleport at the same time and someone got put into
and Link.
spatial storage?
Me and Link.
Yeah, that's the thing that's been like I've just been thinking about in the back of my mind, like with many people on the server. Like how often is something like that gonna happen?
Hopefully not too often, but it is possible. That's what the rescue commands are for.
Yeah.
I just realized I was muted for that. I got bricks smelting.
Thank you.
Let's see, Cassie, where are you?
In town hall cafeteria.
Okay.
Alright. What? Oh, that. Yes. Thank you. I have to dye those. Yeah. Man, it feels a little bit. It feels really empty in here now with some of the decoration, with all these tables gone.
Yeah, a little bit.
By the way, for the Minecraft folks with Elytra, if you want flight rockets, let's work out a deal. Because I will be selling them soon.
Oh, yeah.
Or are you gonna be building a shop?
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
I'll be doing a shop for fireworks and flight rockets.
Cool. I need to get my shop set up, but to do that, I need some more manufacturing stuff for AE2 done. I gotta figure out how to do the rest of that, so.
What more do you need?
Well, I'm gonna need to be able to. I'm gonna need to be able to auto craft, or be able to auto craft and then auto package into like packages, like all of the stuff, like the basic kits for setting up AE2 systems and stuff like that. so I can sell it to people.
So you're gonna need a shulker loader?
Probably not shulkers unless I can easily farm those.
No, it's a sack loader.
Or a sack, yeah, most likely sacks.
Okay, well, kind of same concept.
Yes.
Just different container.
I mean, I could package everything and craft it, but like when I get to like hard drives and stuff like that, I think I already have auto crafting up to the highest hard drives size, right?
I don't know. Probably.
Let's see.
Yeah, so say just look for 256.
Yeah, 256K item storage cell. So I have item storage cells. So, yeah. I'll just have to tell it also how to make the fluid and stuff like that. So,
Senor Jetpack.
Which one?
Yes. Well, she said senor, not senorita. Come on, Cassie. Do your honorifics right. Yeah.
Hush.
So you'll notice I have cut a section of the roof over here off of the main. With your with your jetpack, can you remove that portion? It is taking me forever to jump on and off the roof to try and get pieces of it.
Well,
Why don't you
I
just
couldn't
get up
help but
on the
notice you were
roof?
also using a pick and not your hammer.
Yeah, also, why didn't you just get up on this piece, mine from the bottom to the top of it, and climb the roof? Sorry, I'll turn
calling
the...
Christina hindsight.
I'll
Cassie,
turn
I asked for Senor Jetpack.
I'll turn the PA system off, I'm sorry. It keeps getting turned on, I'm very sorry about that.
Ooh, the Hofbraun band is warming up again.
Is this a touch? Yeah.
I'm working on adjusting the roof line right now, Cassie.
Ah. Yeah. Well, I'm working on demoing some of the stuff in the food court.
That's what the jackhammer sound was.
Well, I mean, I did accidentally break some of the floor, but I put it back, so...
I mean, I'm not emotionally attached to the floor. You can remove the floor.
I may change it out. I'm not sure how I feel about the checkered pattern on such a large room.
I mean, it's nostalgic.
It is. It is nostalgic. I think I'm going to keep it in some parts, but maybe not the entire room. Because, boy, is that a sight to behold on the eyes.
Christina, your 4,000 individual bricks are done crafting.
Thank you. What, did you just get, like, an Octoprint notification?
No, if you tell my system to auto-print something, and you have toast notifications on for AE2, it'll send you a toast notification
I see.
saying it's done. So to answer your question, yeah, kinda, but not in that exact way.
Yeah, it is really cool that you can get toast notifications for when auto crafting processes are done if you have a terminal, so... I do find that kind of neat.
Okay, sandstorm slabs. Got
I'm
21.
sorry, what slabs?
Spot.
Because, ma'am, you said sandstorm. It didn't, Also...
Yeah.
inventory. Okay, where are they going? I see you're giving them to me, but they're not showing up.
Oh yeah, that does look bigger.
Yeah, see how much bigger this room looks?
Uh-huh.
I tore the counters in the kitchen out, and I'm gonna put them in. I'm gonna replace them. I think there's an actual quartz counter. What the? Kill that. It's gonna get us some health and safety violations when the health inspector stops by.
I think I overdid it with the Flight 3 rockets.
How fast does that get you going?
Cassie,
Fast.
watch stream.
Hold on. Me. Okay. Oh, that gets you going fast.
Ouch.
That's impressive.
Oh.
Okay. You specifically asked for Torch Satan, so I'm just gonna...
Also, I love that there's the thing of, when something is asked for, it's delivered upon. Like, Chase said, we have no clips the other night, and then last night, we have clips, so...
Yeah, just a couple. I got a few to work with.
Bye, Boog.
There we go. It is properly lit outside.
Ah, good. Do you want to go through and eliminate our unwanted guests?
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Thank you.
Hello, thank you, goodbye. Hello, thank you, goodbye. Hello, thank you, goodbye. Hello, thank you, goodbye. Swing. 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 Kerblam.
Blam.
Oh, there's one more. He's hiding out under here. Hi, goodbye.
That's still one of the best things you've ever made, Chase.
Kerblam.
I like the sound it made when it died. My leg.
If I ever have time, I really do need to go back and make some sprites for that game so you can finish it up.
Yeah, at least have some fun with it some more.
Yeah.
And
I'm also trying not to be a reference model still.
The other thing you ought to do, Chase, is you still ought to have like a cheat code in the game somehow that allows you to enable insanity.
Oh, the insanity we had that Chase accidentally shipped to our games.
That we then figured out insanity also worked with clickers.
Yeah.
Look, y'all are so mean.
Chase had released a game to us, and within a couple hours, we found out a way to break it beyond all comprehension by using a combination of a bug and an auto-clicker.
It's not fair. Trying to learn a new game style and how to make a game, and y'all to break it.
Oh, and Christina, I haven't.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Oh. Did I scare you?
No, I got stuck underneath some birch planks.
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare for you.
Yeah, a little bit, especially since I'm about to have to build with them.
It's okay. Chase stopped me from putting a custom birch tree in the middle of town, so...
Thank you, Chase.
Hey, look.
Alright, give me snow.
Use you. I would not do that.
Chase, if you want me to finish this building, I would suggest stopping.
See? Oh, that piece of the chandelier is floating now.
I'll have it fixed.
Also, we definitely gotta see if we can come up with something for this attic, since we were gonna use it for something before, but we don't really have a plan for it, so it may just end up being empty. I'd like to actually be able to have it be used for something, so we can take the black wool out and have actual windows up here.
I think at one point, I don't know what server it was on, so we might not want to do this again, but I feel like we used it as part of, I thought this was like a hotel up top. We had like rooms up here.
We could do it as an expansion of like an additional tavern space, for like an additional like newer like rooms. But on one server, this was your apartment. You wanted because you helped us build it on one server, and your thing was you wanted the attic for your apartment, basically, because it's big enough to do 2 or 3 floors up here. So. It's quite massive. But, I was until I was vetoed by Chase. You know how we have this center thing that goes, like, the span of, like, the top of the roof up here?
Okay.
It's got that, like, walkway up there, you know, that kind of dips down into the center. I was gonna put that on hinges. And then in the attic, I was gonna have a mechanism that raised up one of the big cannons.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Chase was like, no.
If she wanted to put point defense cannons on the building, I'm like, Cassie, no.
That was my plan for that. If we don't, you blocked us in.
Well, I'm outside. Cassie, you're the one that's locked in.
Come on out. Okay.
No.
So the back of the building has now been fixed, minus this top runner, which that's going to be a nightmare. Somebody with jetpack want to fix that top runner?
Not it. Give me the stairs.
It's stairs and slabs of sandstone, so stand by.
Yeah.
So,
I also very
don't
much
have, like, you don't have enough sand to make the sandstone to do that.
There's those.
I also very much... Oh, someone took them.
Not mine.
Jace.
I don't know what you're talking about. My magnet is off.
Yeah, is it off now, but wasn't a few seconds ago?
No, it's been off this entire time.
Uh-huh. I also very much feel like looking at the thing up there, like the wall, with the fact that it's got no windows or doors, feels very like that, you know, like the treehouse, just like, where's the door?
Okay, go get the saw. Oh, I see the problem. Do ya now?
It very much feels like that. Just
Drake and Josh was fantastic.
Oh, it was. So much. Alright. There. You happy?
I assume. I haven't looked at it. I was cutting a door. I was cutting doors.
Ah.
Yes, looks good. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So now what I need to do is I need to fill in the base of this with dirt, and then the final layer.
Actually backfill the underside of the patio?
Yes, I am.
Hmm.
Because it could take me a while to figure out what the texture on top of the patio is.
So we need a floor just for now.
Yes.
Yeah. I am, I know I really did end up stripping down the food court in here, and there's some nostalgia associated with it. I'm gonna bring back some of the original design elements. I just need to tear out a lot to get to where I can build, so,
Oh, I already told you that, like, other than the flooring, and the only reason I'm saying nostalgia on the flooring is because, like, every 50s diner had the checkerboard.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that I'm going to do the checkerboard closer up to, like, the serving counter, you know, because it's by the kitchen, and kind of in some of the areas, but there's going to be some other flooring in, like, the sides and stuff like that, so...
Why not just half the pixel count?
Oh, what? Just do 2x2s?
Mm-hmm.
That actually might work. That may help it feel a little bit less big in here, but it'll also feel less big once I have more furniture in as well, so... I may also change the color, the block that is the white in here from quartz to another white block, because there's a lot of quartz in this build already, so...
You know what we could do?
We
could, and this is totally just a suggestion. You could style it a lot like how I did my Chili's knockoff in Chase's supermarket in the creative save.
I have to go back and look at that VOD, but yes, I could do that.
Because that would really make a difference in how it looks compared to everything else. And you've got the space to do a proper floor plan instead of where I had to do the abridged one.
And I could actually work in your checkerboard floor design in some part of it too, so...
Well, not even... You wouldn't even have to do the checkerboard. I did a different one for that.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I definitely think that that could be a good idea.
Because here's the fun part. If we do that kind of styling here, I can also style the cafe in my library the same way, and we can make them a chain.
Yeah, exactly. We can even put some stuff when we do like the train station and stuff like that. We can kind of make it look like, you know, food is being delivered with the branding on it. You know, like it's...
I think she was just attacked viciously by a little brother.
Oh, Chase is a genius.
Uh-oh. Why is
Hi.
Chase a
Hi.
genius?
Sorry. There was a child yelling at me.
Oh, okay.
Good.
We kind of
Sounds like
noticed.
he was being murdered.
Yeah, well, he was about to be with how he just ran into my room screaming because there's pizza here, so. And
So,
there.
Cassie,
Hmm?
come into the bathrooms for a second. Chase has multiple bedrooms.
Hold on. Yeah, I could.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
First off,
Yeah.
okay. Second off, why no doors?
That was how it was.
Are we public poopers here?
No.
That was how it was. The bathrooms were gonna get stripped.
No.
The bathrooms were gonna get stripped down after the food court and redone to be a bit better.
Wait!
Especially
You just said the magic word, Cassie. It's a food court, not a restaurant.
yeah, technically it is a food
We
court.
should have more than one restaurant in there.
Oh my god, that's gonna be. Alright.
It'll make it a lot smaller because there's gonna be more food serving places.
And we can break it. Oh yeah, it'll break it up the large space. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Alright, we'll have to talk more about that, because I think I like that, but I want to get some more of your ideas to kind
Yeah.
of get some original things. But yes, Chase, the bathrooms are going to be next, because that's going to be the next part of finishing up this first floor. And then I'm moving to the upstairs, where I'm going to do the offices and stuff like that. Because once Christina has this, like, back atrium done, and we can remove these fences back here, I want to open those offices up and put the office for the shopping district upstairs. So we can move all this stuff in the lobby upstairs.
I mean, so Cassie, here's the thing. Once I get doors on this, and I put a floor out here, however temporary it may be, I will move my supplies outside. You can wall off this wall, and then you've got this whole back atrium.
Cool, because then that means I can open this only staircase up to the second floor back up.
Yep.
So, and we'll just we can make it look like this. Maybe this wall is under. I'll put some scaffolding on here, make it look like it's under construction or something like that from the inside. So, because I assume you're gonna be putting windows up at the top.
Yeah. If anything, what we might do is wait a minute. What is? I'm gonna cheaty cam for a second, just because I want to try and see. Oh, that's why. Okay. I forgot the layout of how this had been rearranged. Theoretically speaking, if you want to, you could rip out the bathrooms now and do a pathway from the bathrooms.
Well, actually, yeah,
to
I can do that 'cause
right here.
yeah. So because we don't need separate gendered bathrooms, because I made both bathrooms single gender bathrooms, so we just need one.
Yeah.
And instead of them being the length of the building that direction, they can be the width and just go along this interior hallway wall in here. You know, so I could just so I could change the layout of the first floor and put a second path in.
Yeah, well, or a temporary path. Like, if you just rip out this bathroom that we're in now.
Yeah.
And make this the path to the stairwell for now, I can block off this area with construction fence. And then I'll just keep working back here, because I'm also realizing I'm going to have to reformat the design of this room slightly to accommodate for the fact that this wall is a block closer than I thought it was.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll talk more about how you want to do this, and we can coordinate, but I have to step away for a minute.
Okay. She was never heard from again.
I'll get my people to call your people,
and face, I'm an idiot. You know what I didn't
Why
do?
are you an idiot? What you didn't do?
I didn't start the recording for the time lapse. We can't time lapse this.
Fine, I didn't want to build the time lapse anyway.
Here's what I'll do. I'm going to go ahead and complete construction on this porch and the building. And then I'll set up the time lapse and we can do the time lapse for the gardens.
Yeah.
Because that'll be a nice bite-sized project. Reformatting this part of the room. I need my scaffolding. We're gonna go up and I'm gonna take this edge out. So what's Chase doing? Wandering aimlessly?
Counting.
Oh, what are you counting?
Numbers.
Of
Things.
You're really intent on being cryptic on this, aren't you?
Yes. You can call me Mothman.
Are you adding more lights?
All right.
That
I
a
was
good sign outside.
making my plate to reserve the pizza because it was going fast.
Aha.
I'm gonna eat once y'all start the next segment of stream, so.
Oh, we're only a half hour to the next segment.
That's why I'm waiting. That's why I'm waiting, so.
But now, Cassie, what I'm thinking is if you want to get this open sooner than later,
Uh-huh.
what you do, let me see. Oh, that's even better. So what you could literally do is take this stall out. And then do these two.
Oh, that's right. There's cyan wool from when this was when these were the gendered bathrooms.
So yeah, basically, what you can do, and then of course you need quartz pillar to go back here. Okay, and then you would basically knock out this wall.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was a mistake.
Oh,
Chase.
waterlogged stairs.
Chase, you've waterlogged the stairs.
Got it. Okay.
I was gonna rip the counter out, but yeah.
So yeah,
I'm also,
basically,
since we're doing this, and
here's your
messing
side
with,
path.
Yeah, since we're doing this, anyways, once the back atrium is open, I'm gonna redo the layout of the bathroom since since we don't need two separate bathrooms since they're all the same bathroom anyways. So.
Yep.
We don't need 2 separate ones now.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Is just do a temporary path like that, and then you can totally wall up my area if you want. I'll work back here, keep building back here, and then you can just have people route through that area and up the back stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's definitely some plans for upstairs, and also if we're going to end up wanting to put something up in the attic, we're going to have to build a second staircase. I think we're going to do it like how we did it before on that one server, because you would put a staircase up there. It was literally like a U staircase. You come up here, and then right here is the staircase to the attic. You did it like that before, so...
What I might do on this one is I might have you walk back to here and then go up a second flight in that direction.
Above the Oh. You're not welcome in here.
He's the intern! No! How are we going to explain this to insurance?
We don't.
I know there's a joke about interns being dead inside, but that's a whole new low.
She killed him. He was so excited for his first day.
Oh no!
She killed him. He was telling me how he couldn't wait to tell his family.
Oh yeah,
about his first day at work. Yeah. He was so excited. He was just trying to introduce himself.
Am I a bad person?
What have you done, Cassie?
I murdered the intern.
Murderer.
Did you spawn him or did you lead him in here?
I let him in because fun fact, because I've got these copycat boards up here to block out where we got the glowstone for the lights.
Mobs get confused and can't come in.
Yep, they can't come in.
Huh.
So I had to break it to let him in, and I was like, "He's the intern." And he's dead.
Well, he did light himself on fire by attacking me, so.
I was like, "Cassie, come outside for a second." How'd this look?
Oh, you put lampposts down.
Yeah.
Neat.
That's
cool.
So that's what you were counting.
Yeah, they're not all perfectly spaced.
Hey, Chase, I found a new intern. He's got an explosive personality.
Yeah, no, he's a little too hot-headed for this job.
Come here.
Hello, nice to meet you. Night. You don't even talk to me.
Now you murdered my intern.
Now we're even. I don't get an intern, you don't get an intern.
What has this become?
You're just now asking yourself that question.
Yeah, like...
I mean, we literally just walked through the brand new hallway that has shitters in it, so I mean, I'm just asking yourself. You're really just now asking yourself this question? You use the bathroom around the corner. No, not that one, that's the hall. Then why is there a toilet in the hallway?
Man, could you imagine rounding the corner and just seeing a toilet here? Because, like, there's no wall on the side of the toilet back here. You just round the corner, and there's just a toilet.
You see somebody's back, and you're like, uh-oh. Welcome back, Boog. Also, posture check it and hydrate. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Boog. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That is a word.
What are we doing here?
What do you mean, Cassie?
I don't know. It's just very silly.
What's very silly?
Well,
Everything.
we just had 2 interns get murdered. We're talking about hallway shitters.
Cassie, if you come to the cafeteria, we can play the floor is lava.
Is the floor? Yeah, the floor's lava in the cafeteria.
I'm working on actually moving all of it in one. Boog. Thank you, though.
Well, what's your timer at?
17 minutes.
Oh. Come on, Christina, join us. The floor is nice and warm.
Yeah. We put heated floors in the cafeteria.
Oh, no.
It's gonna keep the area where they serve the food nice and warm.
I'll pass, thank you.
Having worked in a kitchen before, having a kitchen be nice and warm is not the thing you want, even in the winter.
No. Reminds me of that, this reminds me of that one post, it's just like, it's just, you know, the inspector shows up, the person goes, you know, I hope you find that everything is in tip-top shape here. It's like, oh really, that 5-year-old over there told me that the floor is lava.
Yeah.
It's like, we may have an issue.
Yep. I missed.
You missed. How did you miss?
She was trying to line it up, so she dug through and landed on her scaffolding. She did not calculate well.
Oh.
She was like, I made a calculated decision, and man, was I bad at math.
Yep. Ah, shit. Up again. Trying desperately to at least get the atrium done before.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to keep this atrium blocked off because the amount of the amount of quartz that's falling down onto the floor is definitely a hazard for people walking through here. Just giant 1 meter by 1 meter cubes of quartz just falling on people's heads.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
I'll be working on this again on stream tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Tomorrow's Sunday. Or Sunday. Well. And then Monday.
It's Kakito's birthday.
Mm-hmm. Look.
I mean,
That looks better.
I want to know.
you could bring this as like a little walkway out and do like a small balcony up here on the second floor.
Well, that's what I'm deciding is
If you want to do that.
Cassie, how bad do you want that staircase out over there to not be there?
What do you mean? What staircase?
What staircase is in this building?
This one over here. Yeah, but what are you talking about? How bad do I not want it to be there? What do you mean?
Then... Oops.
Oh, are you potentially... Oh. That's interesting. No.
I was just looking. Ow! She pushed me.
And mirror that on the other side.
I mean, we could definitely do that. I think that'd create some interesting... we can do, like, some little, like, shelves with, like, things on it, like little statues and flowers and stuff up underneath the staircase or something, so...
Yep.
Let me guess, you just got the wild idea to wrap the staircase around this back wall, huh?
Yeah, it actually sounded really good. I'm aware of what I have caused. I am going to have to live with that decision for a little bit. Hopefully no one has the computer that Grian does.
That's caused by, yeah, not having Indium installed with certain mods. As Jem also found that out at the beginning of the... Yeah,
Nope,
that
that's
was
quartz.
fun.
That's quartz.
Oh. Oh,
Concrete
I think
powder.
there's a
There we go.
sign. Well,
And let's see. I think I can come through here. Haha!
So,
huh?
instead of... This is Chase thinking out loud here.
Uh-huh.
So instead of coming down like this, okay,
Okay.
why not bring the stairs up and make a ledge and then continue up that way, and then
So
it's
it
just
goes
like
over
a side
the
chute.
doorway?
Yeah.
That could also work. I could see that.
Like I said, just Chase thinking out loud.
Like, the most wide I'd probably want these stairs to be in this room if we did that is 2, maybe 3 blocks wide, so it doesn't completely clutter the room with stairs.
Well, let's see, if we started... I tried a piece of floor on accident. I didn't mean to do that. So if we did stairs there. Yeah, that would actually just clear the door.
Well, and I could
Yeah.
rework the doors too. They don't have to be that tall.
Yeah.
I can
Well,
rework
I mean,
the
as
doors.
it is, that's what it's what it looks like.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, and then you've got a 1 block space, then your door, and then we do the mirror on the other side.
Yeah.
So you would come up the stairs, have a landing, continue up the stairs.
Yeah.
Not that way.
And then, what, do we remove that staircase in that hallway then?
Yep. Yeah,
And then
if you've
above
got
it-
this double staircase, you're removing the one in the hallway.
And then above it on the second floor, where it would have brought up to, is where we put the staircase up to the attic, basically, so it's there, essentially.
You can, or we can rework that whole area and put the staircase elsewhere.
Yeah, we could potentially rework it. You make it another, like, little office space if we wanted to not have a staircase there at all. There's no space for that, so...
Yep.
Especially considering the room that is here that's across from the other office space is a little bit smaller. That's why there's beds in here and not, like, the bigger rooms. Because the staircase
Well,
is here.
Also, this bathroom has almost no space because of the staircase.
Yeah.
So, like, you have a lot of options if we remove this staircase.
Yeah. If we take this staircase out of the equation, plus also, I've never quite liked how the light fixture in this downstairs hallway, there's two of them that are centered, and then as soon as the staircase comes in, it makes the whole room off center, and there's these two are
Two more over, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if we can fix that, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Bothers me in the original design.
So, I would say the plan is we need to restructure the atrium. So that'll be the start of next stream.
Yeah, because we're about 15 minutes out from
Why are we doing that with quartz pillars?
It's just the blocks I had on me. I said this is Chase thinking out loud, so Chase is just laying in blocks that are different from what you're using, so we don't get the two confused.
Okay.
Normally I'd be doing this with wool if I had wool on me at this exact moment in time, but I don't. But this is what I was thinking. And then, of course, just mirror this on the other side.
Yeah. The other option is, how awkward would it be if we say, so that one was the one that came up to this level, and we did another one that was like this, but it went up to the attic.
I
The
would
roof's
want...
too shallow.
Roof's too shallow?
No, she's on to something, but not in the way she's thinking.
Okay.
Cassie's just like, story of my life.
Chase, I agree with your problem, but I know how to fix it.
Rotate it 45 degrees? Or 90 degrees?
Kind of. So here's what we need to do. Oh yeah, I need block pallets. Ugh. The problem is everything in this place is freaking white.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing, is like, there's been some times where if these walls weren't one thin, there's been some rooms where I've wanted to change the walls. So
A lot of them, they're not.
like, actually, the cafeteria, the cafeteria is too thick. I could probably get away with changing the walls in the cafeteria food court, so...
I mean, even
All
here...
of the...
Well, here, atrium to the upper stairs is one. But I can also tell you, I really want to break up this concrete powder some.
Yeah.
So that we don't lose an entire wall if we have to change something.
Yeah. Like,
So-
especially considering we're gonna have to do a lot of remodeling to the first floor.
Yeah.
And, like,
So-
because I want to change the bathrooms and stuff like that, so it's...
Chase, can you give me some more construction fence?
Yeah.
I don't know how you did the original one, but those were yours.
I think it's a factory block and a copycat fence.
Okay, construction fence. You need those, and you need those.
Okay. Cassie,
Put the concrete in your
come
hand.
up here for a second.
Uh-huh.
Here's the new construction bounds.
Okay.
Because I'm going to start wiping out this whole area as well.
Oh, you're gonna redo the upstairs?
I'm going to redo the whole upstairs atrium so that it better flows through the whole building.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is, for the immediate things that we need for people...
Yeah.
One of these two rooms is going to be the shopping district office. The other one is going to be related to other things that people might need. So...
Cassie?
Huh?
You actually have a temporary office and you just don't know it.
What's that?
There's 2 bathrooms down there. Use the other bathroom downstairs as the temporary shopping district office until we get this upstairs open.
Like, I know I joke when I say I'm going to the bathroom that I'm going to do paperwork, but like, I don't think that's exactly what needs to happen.
Are you saying I rip out one of the walls for one of the stalls and just put a desk in there in front of the
No,
toilet?
no. Completely rip out one of the bathrooms that we're already ripping out anyways and put the office there.
No, I think I'm gonna do what I said now. Thanks.
Okay. Are we okay with an interior block palette change?
And yeah, honestly, yeah, we should probably decide as a group what it is, though, so we don't get too funky with it.
For nothing. Y'all got 50-50 split on this, because Chase just provides the materials.
Chase does provide the materials.
Like, what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking palette for the main 3. So, that room, this room, and that room.
Uh-huh.
I'd figure out block palette for those 3, and then you've got everything else.
Okay, because the fact that there's an exterior wall and an interior wall for the food court, as well as for the interior wall, like on this side right below us here, it's too thick. I can actually change the walls and do it according to each individual restaurant in there.
And then for all of, well, too thick on that side, 1 thick over here, but you can make them too thick if you want. Also, can we just talk about the fact that if we really want to paint, keep things off the wall and use copycat boards?
Yeah.
Like, that is an option.
I really, really wish we had the framed blocks so we could have, like, the double half slab, so one half of the half slab is a, is a one block.
Yeah. That would have been perfect.
I know.
Also, Chase was doing some more thinking. This works for the...
Oh, is that what that smell was?
Got him.
Oh no, she fell.
Let's see. I wonder if this still works, maybe? Oh, I gotta type it. I don't even have it.
Oh.
Let's see. Do I actually still have exclamation point E? Yeah, yes!
Well, the town has some visitors. It's nighttime.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we're not getting any more interns, at least, so...
Okay. Temporarily speaking, and this is what I was thinking, Chase, is this. We're just gonna have to cut this one wider.
Turn your magnets off. Because you'll slurp up all of my items.
Mine's off already.
I remember that particular, because one time I picked up my gear after Chase killed me, and everything in my inventory went to his.
So I gotta redo chandeliers. I have to bust out this wall for an upstairs exit.
Here's another question. Without making these stairs too big, how are we gonna do railings for them?
I knight the lady of the staircase railings. Have at it.
Have at it.
That ain't my problem.
Oh dear.
I don't do railings.
Alright. I'll think of something.
Oh, and for the love of Christ, don't make it trapdoors. You make it trapdoors, you're making both of our lives more difficult. One of us has to flip them down, and one of us has to flip them up.
One of us could just not touch them at all after they're placed.
Unacceptable. It can't be done.
What am I gonna do? You. I can't have trapdoors on this server.
Okay, Chase, if you rip out the catwalk, does the railing stay like that? You're muted.
And I
You're not
believe, no,
talking
it
in game.
doesn't.
I bumped my in-game mute button last time I went to hit enter.
Oh.
So like, I know we don't like looking up through these. So they're technically, you can put a block palette on, like, right? So what I would say to do is we hide them underneath like this, right? And I gotta be very careful because if I do this wrong and I end up right-clicking on something I shouldn't have, then
The whole
the whole
server
server
goes
goes down
down.
to this ball of flames. So like, so we can
Well-
hide the bottoms.
So Chase, I guess before you go through all that, are we able to break this?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
that's what I was trying to say when I found out I was muted. But then what we do is the transition point between them.
Ouch.
So if it's just for shits and giggles, say this is the bottom texture we want seen. And we can do the side profile like that. So it's technically it's got it, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Chase just thinking out loud here. I gotta be real careful when I take these off now.
Just use a pickaxe.
Just gonna break it. It's fine.
Yeah, I wish there was like a
I'll do it. I swear I'll do it.
I mean, it is 9 o'clock. Speaking of which, thank you both for joining me. It is 9 o'clock. We're gonna go and switch over.
I'll actually do it.
We're gonna go ahead and switch over to Car Mechanic
I'll
Sim
do it. I'm crazy.
with Grandpa Chase.
I'm crazy. I'll do it.
Both of you say goodbye. Chat, we will see you guys in about 5 minutes once we switch over. YouTube, we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Oh, it kind of looks.
Welcome back to stream. I'm your host, Christina, and tonight we're in Car Mechanic Sim, and I'm joined by Grandpa Chase. Say hi, Chase.
Get off my lawn.
Tonight, We are reviving a, what is this? This is a Salem Overking Interceptor. And it has seen better days. We bought it from the junkyard on last stream for a grand total of $2,131. I'm pretty sure the metal is worth less. Now, I'm going to start by stripping the car and start getting everything set up. Interior disassemble. Let's pull that out and that out. How are you tonight, Chase? Okay, we have no engine in the car, so, I mean, good start. Ooh, headlight we can pull. Any other body panel? Oh, there's a tail light. It's like this car had a really bad wreck, and then they just didn't do anything about it.
I mean, it's either that or the fact that the engine's missing says that the engine blew in it, and this was their park car until finally there wasn't enough left on it, so they just sent it to the junkyard.
And then we looked at it and went, ooh! Okay, what's the first story?
Boog, are you trying to cram in as much Chase content before you have to go to board game night? Is that what's going on right now?
Or do you just not like hearing me talk? Because that also appears to be an option. Okay, so what's the yes? That you don't like hearing me talk, or that you want to cram in as much Chase as possible? You're treading on thin ice, sir. But no, Chase, I did prime you a little bit with the question I was going to ask tonight. What are your customer horror stories? Those couple, 2 or 3 stories that you're like, oh my god, this person. I'm not hearing anything, Chase.
I had hit the wrong button and accidentally muted everything.
Ah.
Had a service manager one time doing a drive with a customer's vehicle, and it broke down on him. He lived like 2 hours away from the dealership, and he just had another dealer pick it up, and we were just going to sublet it because it was cheaper to do that for us than it was to have it towed all the way back to the dealership.
Okay.
And he proceeded to forget it was there.
Oh, no.
And the other dealer, whenever he did remember it was there, gave us the runaround about the sublet. And then customer shows up and wanting to know about their vehicle, then notices they don't see it anywhere on the property. And they start asking questions. I had no idea about this, and he was not there that week.
Oh, no.
So this was all dumped straight in my lap. Then, as I'm trying to figure all this out, somebody else shows up asking about the same vehicle, which is confusing. And it turns out the reason the customer had showed up and was pitching a fit about their cars, they was trying to get it and hide it because there was a repossession order out for it. And the other guy that was standing there was the tow truck for the repossession. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Then, of course, they started throwing insults back and forth at each other. And I told them, I'm like, y'all got to take this outside. Like,
Rightly.
I can't deal with this. I'm running 4 departments right now. You're going to take this outside. The GM ended up calling the cops on them because they were in a shouting match in front of the dealership. Let's see, more horror stories.
That really wasn't a customer horror story. That was more of a just terrible situation.
Well, I mean, when you've also got the person that's literally purple as they're screaming at you because you have quote unquote lost their car and you know nothing about what's going on, kind of scary in that moment.
I mean, fair.
Let's see. Oh, we did have the one guy that was upset at us because his paint had, to his words, very clear defects in it. The only thing that was wrong with the car is, in the industry, it's called transport burn. Essentially, the clear coat gets real hot while it's going down the road, and it streaks slightly, which means it can be buffed, and it's fine. But to him, his paint was ruined, and he wanted Ford to have it repainted.
Oh.
I managed to get spot repairs approved under his warranty after spending like 6 or 7 hours on the phone with Ford. And they took forever sending because they have a procedure for it. And they have to send me this kit. And this kit gets sent to me. And the body shop has to follow the instructions from this kit. Turns out it had been so long since they had approved one last, they didn't know who the current supplier of the kit was. So I got this guy showing up every day yelling and screaming because his car looks awful. And literally, unless you were looking at the exact perfect angle, you can't see any of these marks.
Also, quick question. Are we
Yep.
building a performance car, or are we just putting it back the way it was?
You know, we was performance all the way, like Super Interceptor.
Alrighty.
But like, don't necessarily make it look gorgeous on the outside. Make it a sleeper Super Interceptor.
Well, it's going to be just a police car on the outside.
And Boog, to answer your question for the previous story, I ended up calling and having it towed back to us. And I charged that tow to the service department's policy. And the repo company showed back up before the customers did, so they had a legal right to take the vehicle from me, so they took it. Apparently he had a guy whose whole job was just to watch for that car to show back up.
Jeez.
I guess any other nightmare customer would be any customer that I've ever had to do a cost cap for.
Cost cap?
Cost cap. Certain repairs, Ford will have you do what's called a cost cap analysis. And what that means is you have to... So you know when you wreck your car and your insurance decides whether or not they're going to total it?
Yeah.
That's a cost cap.
Oh.
So I have to look at, we see this most of the time for engines. If the cost of doing the repairs is more expensive than just replacing the engine and sending the old engine back for reman altogether, then they'll tell me just to replace the engine. But if it's cheaper, they'll tell me you have to make these repairs.
Okay.
Now, from my experience, 80% of the time you do a cost cap, you're going to replace the engine anyway in the end. If they're making me do a cost cap, that means there's a problem with those engines. So we had a customer once that it was a timing issue. And Master Tech says, we need VCT solenoids, yada, yada, yada. I said, okay. Well, any warranty repair you have to have approved beforehand. All warranty work is prior approval unless it's something small. So I put in the VCT solenoids into the system, and the system went cost cap analysis required. And I said, I didn't ask for an engine. I asked for VCT solenoid and the hours responsible. So I go back out to my tech and I said, you're never going to believe this. And he goes, please don't tell me they want a cost cap. I'm like, they want a cost cap. So we sit down because that requires the parts guy and the tech to sit down and go piece by piece. Every single teeny tiny bit of stuff that needs to be replaced. And set it up for replacement.
Jesus.
And then, after all that's written out, I've got to go enter each part number line by line into the system. And the hours line by line into the system with labor codes. And then wait on a human to review it. No, this was a escape. Wasn't an exploder.
I was wondering if I was going to hear that term tonight.
Yeah. You get the exploder. Then you've got the other name for the focus. And then you've got my Master Tech hate working on focuses. But yeah, you've got, that's another thing I hate about warranty, is there are so many parts, especially on an engine, that are called one-time use components.
Aye.
And if you don't put those one-time use components down in the warranty repair, Ford has a right to reject the warranty claim.
Jeez.
So, it makes sense, right? You will have stuff that are, like, there'll be bolts on engines that are only designed to be torqued once. Because they lose structural integrity. I mean, yes, that makes sense. Because you, like, especially like head bolts, okay? They're literally holding a thing together that's having a few thousand explosions a minute in it. Right?
Yeah.
So, but the problem is you could miss a 37-cent part number and have an $8,000 claim denied.
Aye.
But they won't tell you what part number you're missing. It's like taxes, okay?
Uh-huh.
Do this complicated paperwork. And if you get it wrong, we're going to fine you. Well, can you tell me how to do it? No.
I'm gonna put something in our chat just so I can reference it.
Okay.
I have to compare these engines.
But also, I'll tell you the amount of silicone that we had just floating around the shop because of one-time use components. Like, the job would tell you to, like, there were certain references you could pull up, and it would tell you the one-time use parts. Sometimes it didn't. But, like, it was like, to replace this gasket, you need all these one-time use parts. And one of the one-time use parts was like a $67 thing of RTV. Sealant. And you use maybe 3 cents of that $67 tube of sealant. So every technician had about 40 of those tubes of sealant in their toolbox.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, there was for a while, though. We got to, Ford did a AC recall for a few components. And the part number that you were required to bill Ford for was... One second. I said AC recall on my iPad. Thought I said, hey, SIRI.
I think I found our engine.
Ooh.
680 horsepower and 620 foot-pounds of torque.
Yep, I want you to floor it and the axle snap. That's what we need to happen. But Ford set it up with the part number that we were required to bill, or they kicked it out, was per pound of refrigerant.
Okay.
But the number they told us that we had to bill them for was the ounces of refrigerant.
Oh, Jesus.
So instead of billing for 2 pounds, we had to bill for that many ounces. Okay. So you would bill for 32 ounces, but you had to put in the part number for pounds. So we kept getting paid for 32 pounds of refrigerant every time we would run this recall. Took Ford 6 months to notice that they were paying us for 32 pounds of refrigerant per recall.
Jesus.
Don't know if you've ever had to buy a cylinder of R134A.
Honestly say I cannot.
The cylinders are sold by 15-pound increments, and they're about $400.
Oh, Jesus.
So we were basically charging them for 2 cylinders every time we did a thing. It was hilarious. Any other good nights? Like, they all kind of blur together after a certain point, you know? You don't really sit there, like, they don't really stick straight out in your mind anymore.
Okay. So let's offset the negative with some positive. What are your what's the customer or customers that you've had where you sat back and go, oh my God, I love this customer?
I had a few of them. They're always the ones that you know by name. And it's the good kind of know by name, not the, oh God, Jane's outside, and you run to the back and hide. It's not those kind of customers. We had this one guy that would come in, and his big thing is he drove private car service. Okay. and he bought all his cars from us because he liked the way we talked to him and treated him. He says service department's what sells him cars, not the service guys. Or not the sales guys, rather.
Okay.
He'd always come back, he'd walk back, and he'd start talking to us. He'd pick a different one to pick on each time. But like as soon as he'd start walking through, he'd start passing out candy. He's had pockets full of candy. There'd be some days he'd come back with like just a 5-pound bag of Lifesavers and just be throwing them like he's in a parade. He would. We loved it to death. He was crazy. There was a one lady one time that showed up on a Saturday. In a pure blind panic, she was on her way back to back home from visiting her mom in the hospital in Atlanta, and she lived in Charlotte, so she was coming back through our area on the way home, and her radiator blew. And this was a Saturday. And only person I had there that day was a lube tech. So I made a phone call, and I called him out of the text. I'm like, hey, like, I know it's your day off, but can I ask a favor? And he came in and did a radiator swap and flush for her. Well, the lady was in tears when I told her I had called a technician. He was going to come in on his day off and do it.
Oy.
She leaves. We told her, thank you. Have a good day. We're glad we could help you. Safe journeys home. We hope your mom recovers.
Uh-huh.
She comes back like 15 minutes later. She'd went and got us a cake. It says thank you. It said thank you Lake Kiwi Ford on it. It was so cute. The customers that always end up sticking out to me as ones that I really like are the ones that I had taken the extra time to go, okay, let me see if I can pull a string here. And that's 98% of the time been a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's other times I've pulled strings and regretted it the entire time. I had a local guy that owned one of the big restaurants in the area. We serviced all their vehicles. We could always tell when he wanted to ask a favor of us because he would show up with lunch for the entire shop. He'd walk in and he goes, I brought you guys lunch. We go, what'd you do? Can I bring my friends lunch? And we go, no. No, you can't. Then he'd tell us we weren't fair. And then proceed to go, can you help me with such and such? We go, there it is.
Yeah,
See, that makes me think of a weird offhand tangent.
Oh boy. These are the best.
Reminds me, well, no, it reminds me of this lube tech that I just had it with one Saturday and fired him. I just on the spot fired him. And we had to have permission from like 3 extra people to fire somebody, and I sent him home. And proceeded to call the rest of my oil changes that day and apologize to them and tell them we'd have to get to them the next Saturday.
Jeez.
And I went up front, told the GM, I said, I'm closing the shop for the day. I just fired the oil tech. And he said, what do you mean you just fired the oil tech? I said, I've had it. I'll talk to you later about it. I fired the oil tech. And he goes, no. He says, go close the shop, then come back in my office. I said, okay. Went, closed the shop, walked back in his office. He already had me a beer sitting on his desk.
Oh, no.
He said, all right, what happened? I sat down and started drinking that beer. Now, mind you, this is like 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday, okay? And I'm sitting there drinking a beer. And I said, This is the 4th time in less than a month he's forgotten to put oil in a car.
I'm sorry. Forgot to put oil in the car.
Everyone does it at least once in their career. Twice if you end up having a really shitty life.
More so than that.
You don't need to be turning wrenches if you do it more than twice.
Fair.
Now, the first time you do it, I will stick my neck out for you. Because I'm going to tell you something right here and right now. If you ever get your oil changed, and the oil change place calls you and says, hey, my guys think they left one of their expensive wrenches up under your car, they forgot to put oil in it.
Huh.
Telling you right now. This is tidbit information for everyone listening. If anyone you have change your oil says, I think I left one of my expensive tools under your car, so somewhere you can't easily look at that it's going to have to go back on a lift for them to get the tool out, they've forgotten to put oil in your car. Or change the filter, or something along those lines. Something that can get them sued, they have forgotten to do. Because otherwise, why wouldn't they say, hey, can you grab this, make sure it's safe, and bring it by when your next convenience?
I mean,
It's,
fair.
no, I'm glad I caught you. My tech left a really expensive light under your hood. Can you please come by so we can get it back out?
Fair enough.
And I'll give you a coupon for like $10 off your next oil change for the inconvenience of having to come back by. And then the service advisor talks your head off so you don't see them quickly pulling it back into the shop,
Filling it with
putting it
oil
on the lift,
pulling
and filling it with
out.
oil.
Indeed, Boog. Nice tip.
Now, especially in a dealership, if you are the lube oil filter tech, you will do it once. Usually at least once. Because when you've got 2 and sometimes 3 cars in a line that you're all doing oil changes on at the same time, that can happen.
Okay.
Now, would I prefer it didn't happen? You betcha. But that can happen. And as long as it's caught in time, you're okay. Because I'm going to tell you, you got about 50, 60 miles on an engine if it's completely out of oil before it'll seize.
Okay.
Because the piston rings retain oil. The only place you're actually really lubricating in an engine is your piston sleeves and your rocker arm joints, really and truthfully. Everything else is made of pillow block material, so it technically can lubricate itself. Technically.
Okay.
The oil's just used for cooling at that point. But yeah, I sent the customer on their way. He come running in. He goes, Mr. Chase. He always called me Mr. Chase, and I don't know why. He said, Mr. Chase, I messed up. And I said, what's wrong? Because my guys knew if they screwed up, if they came and told me, I would help them. But if they hid it from me,
And you
they
found
were going
out.
right in the fire. They were going right in the fire. Because I always found out. It's just when I found out. So he come up to me. He's like, Mr. Chase, I messed up. And I said, what's wrong? He says, I think I forgot to put oil in that person's car. And I said, the one you just did? He said, yeah. I said, the one that just left the parking lot. He goes, yes, sir. I said, go back to your toolbox. I'll holler at you in a minute. I got the customer on the phone. And I said, hey. I said, my tech is now fairly certain after tearing the whole shop apart that he left his good wrench under your car. I know you just left. Could you swing back by for me and let him get that out from under there? I said, and if it's falling out on the highway, it's his own fault. And we kind of laughed about it. And I got the tech back in. I said, he's going to just pop it up on the lift and get his tool out. And I said, I'll bring it back around for you. And I said, here. And I was filling out the paperwork to give them an oil change coupon. I said, I'm going to give you this. So, I mean, because you came back. I said, it's my bad. I'm sorry. And gave it to him. Tech pulled the car back around. And I sent them on their way. And I said, did you forget to put the oil in it? And he just kind of hung his head and said, yes, sir. I said, I'm going to need you to go ahead and pack up your toolbox and go home. And he went, what? I said, 1 or 2 times I will help you. I said, 3 times we need to talk long and hard. I said, this is the 4th time. I said, you were going to cost a bunch of people their jobs. I said, so I'm sorry, but you just cost yourself yours.
It's fair.
And he's like, well, what are you going to do the rest of the day for the rest of the oil changes? I said, I'm going to call them. I'm going to reschedule them. And I said, they're going to get a discount on their oil change because of it. He's just, okay. Because I don't know if I have anybody who can pick up my toolbox right now. I said, lock it up. It'll be safe. I said, you come get it when you can. Okay. He left, and I was telling Stacy about it, and I told Stacy, and Stacy said, 4 fucking times. I said, now you see why I made the decision I made. And he goes, yeah. Yeah. That, and he was creepy, too.
Oh, the tech.
Yeah, he would always ask like the most inappropriate and weird questions and stuff, and it's just bleh. So you know, his coffin was well sealed. Plenty of nails in that son of a gun.
Fair.
Yeah, we had another tech come up to me one time looking like he was going to throw up. I was like, Cody, what's wrong? He says, we have a problem. I said, okay, what's the problem? He goes, you always tell us that if anything goes wrong to come to you first, so you can know about it and not have to find out about it. And I was like, Cody, what's wrong? He says, my lift malfunctioned. I said, what do you mean your lift malfunctioned? He said, the stop bar didn't turn on. I said, what do you mean the stop bar didn't turn on, Cody? Trying not to panic myself now, because the stop bar is the safety beam that goes across the top of a 2-post lift that keeps you from crushing a car.
As soon as you said stop bar, I'm like, wait a minute, he can't possibly mean the... No.
The limit switch.
Oh.
I went out to an F-150 that looked a lot like a banana. And as I'm looking at it, I look in the back and I notice the bed of the truck has got a bunch of suitcases in it.
Oh, no.
So I slowly walk around the back and I go, okay, it's got a state license plate on it. I'm a little bit better off than I was. And so I called the GM and I'm like, hey, do we have a car we can put somebody in that they can put a few miles on? He's like, why? I said, well, I'm trying to find out if we got a car I can put somebody in or if the shop's going to be paying for a rental. He's like, what do you mean? I said, we had a malfunction of a lift and it damaged a car. I said, and these people look like they were getting ready to leave for vacation. I said, I have to put them in something. I said, because right now, if they try to close their doors, they're just going to get nothing but a noise. So Stacy comes back and he looks at it and he goes, oh, no. I said, that's what I said. I hadn't talked to the customer yet. Do we have something? He goes, well, we're going to put them in something. He said, let's go talk to them. So we went up front. And I went walking up to the customer, and he looked at me, and he looked at Stacy, and he goes, all right, the two biggest managers here are walking up to me. Something's wrong with my car.
Oh, no.
I said, well, number one, it looks like you get ready to go on vacation. He says, well, you're going to Tennessee for the weekend. And I said, okay, you're going to be going in one of our cars. And the guy went, what happened? And I'm like, one of the lifts malfunctioned. Your roof has been bent. I said, I do not feel comfortable with you leaving for the weekend in it and coming back and then getting it repaired. I said, so you're going to be driving something of ours for the weekend and while we're getting it repaired. I said, insurance is going to take care of all this. I said, what happened was the lift was coming up, and I said, it wouldn't stop going up. I said, and when it hit the limit switch on top, it didn't listen to the limit switch. And he said, so I have a banana roof? I said, you have a banana roof.
So I have a banana roof. This sounds like a person who's had this happen before.
It's a guy that also been around cars.
That's fair.
So I said, come on back out in the shop. We'll look at it. And I said, Stacy, you'll get the vehicle ready for you. And so we bring him out to the shop. And I told Cody, I said, go ahead and drop the truck down. And Cody looks and sees the customer's with me. And Cody looks like he's going to like throw up, pass out, do all of the above. He was brand new tech, fresh out of school. Bless his heart. And so he looks at it and he goes, oh God. I said, yeah, banana roof, right? So we chatted about it a minute, and we got his suitcases, and I helped him carry his suitcases up front and get the rest of his stuff out. And I walked back there, and I walked straight across the shop, like in a direct beeline for Cody. And Cody looks at the other tech that was working that day and said, I'm getting fired. Look at how he's walking. I said, no, Cody, you're not getting fired. I said, it's not your fault. I said, would I have preferred you had been keeping a closer eye on it and pulled the plug once you noticed something was going wrong? Yes. Yes, I would have. Am I going to fault you for the fact that the lift malfunctioned? No. No, I'm not. Okay. I said, the customer is fine. I said, is he upset that his truck is damaged? I said, he's not jumping for joy about it, but he understood it was a malfunction and not you being negligent. I said, now if I walked up there and said, my tech wasn't paying attention and he turned the top of your car into a sunroof, I said, there's the difference there.
Yeah. Idler roller. This engine's been fun while I've been listening.
Uh-huh.
This is a whole nother breed of having to understand how this engine works, because this is the first fuel injection I've done in this game in a while.
Oh.
I normally don't rebuild the fuel injections. Okay, 3 bearing caps and 8 normal rod caps. But yeah, as soon as you said the stop bar, I'm like, he couldn't possibly mean, oh.
Well, that was the time I also almost dropped a Mustang off of a 4-post.
I'm sorry, off of a 4-post?
4-post.
How the hell did you manage that?
One side of the locks didn't disengage.
Oh, so it...
Yep.
Oh, God.
So I'm talking to another manager, and I'm like, yeah, just let me get this Mustang down. We can pop it up on this lift. And I picked up the Mustang. I heard the locks settle, which means they were loose. I pulled the release and then started letting the Mustang down. And as the Mustang was coming back down, the lock had enough slop in it that it was just caught barely, and it came down and locked fully. And I didn't hear it. And all of a sudden, his eyes go wide, and I'm like, what is wrong? And he's like stammering. And so I let go of everything and said, and so I could have both of my hands to go, what is wrong? And then he just slowly picks up his arm and points. And then I turned and looked, and here's this Mustang. Looks like it's out of a scene of an action movie, up on its side. And I went, oh, oh, oh.
I mean, fair, Cassie, but see, here's the other problem is if you had to tell if you were the one that had to tell the customer, you'd fall over dead before you told the customer.
Yeah. Like, that, if you were the one that had to tell the customer, you wouldn't be the one that was, quote unquote, responsible for their property. The technician that did it is. See, the odds of the person that has to tell you that someone broke your vehicle versus being the person that actually broke the vehicle are completely different. I was the person that my job was to get yelled at and make sure that they didn't go in the back and try to kill somebody. Both directions, as a matter of fact. I had to make sure a technician didn't look and start screaming expletives in the customer's direction until the customer was not in earshot. Jesus.
Look how big that engine is.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now I should be able to put the coolant in.
Yeah, yeah, Cassie, I understand that. Like, I hate confrontation too, but sometimes it just being part of the job is just something you have to deal with. Like, I'm gonna get yelled at. That's why I always told the guys that they need to tell me when something was wrong. Because if I'm gonna get yelled at, I want to know it's coming.
That's fair.
So I can prepare. I told them, I said, never let me be blindsided by something. And I'll take care of you until the day you don't work here anymore. My technicians never kept secrets from me. My shop ran well.
I'm apparently out of clip A's. Just go ahead and buy like 30 of these. Because I'll need them.
Buy 30 of those the other day?
No, I bought 30 of clip B apparently. Because clip B is what goes on all the distributors.
Oh. Good job.
I just want to note one thing about this engine. See all the shiny chrome versus the dull?
Yes.
If it's shiny chrome, it's a performance part. If it's red, it's a performance part. If it's dull or black, it's a normal part. That car is more performance part than it is standard part. This thing's gonna move.
It better.
Now don't mention clip C.
I mean, Boog, your L noises are on point. Just saying.
Let's put the interior together now. I need to figure out what the interior is.
So speaking of Boog owl noises, posture check and hydration, Boog.
Thank you, Boog.
I know I've told the story on here about almost getting taken out by the air compressor. Oh, there was the one day before I was running the shop, the compressor died and the other service manager couldn't get into the, we had a fence around our air compressor outside and he couldn't get in there to it because he couldn't find the lock. Or he couldn't find the key for the lock, rather. And I just told him, I said, if I get you in without cutting the lock, I need you to not ask any questions. And he just looked at me. And then without skipping a beat, he goes, well, I know you're not going to jump over the gate. And I was like, fucking wow, okay. Thanks, Jimmy. Technicians in the background just crying. It was the gate was locked by a stupid little master lock padlock. And I had just finished my drink. So I cut a lock shim and went out there and just popped it open, walked back, set the lock on his desk. And he just looked down and he looked at me and he looked at the lock and he looked at me and I said, remember, no questions. And I turned around and walked away.
Remember, no questions.
My manager at the time was just laughing. She said, oh my God, Jimmy, he got you. It probably could have, Cassie, but I did not have an additional master lock padlock to open the master lock padlock with. So I just used what's called the lock shim, which is stupid.
There's that piece. Do we want to give it an air scoop? No, we don't, right?
No,
And we don't want to give it a spoiler, right?
definitely not.
No fun.
If you were giving it a spoiler, then instead of a light bar, you'd put a taxi thing up top. Taxis are Crown Vics too. In fact, the built-to-be taxi Crown Vics are just Interceptors with a different engine.
Yeah. Well, there's the
exact same
fleet.
Interceptor body.
The fleet setup.
Oh, the fleet one's different. The Interceptors come with all the mounting points for a divider to divide the front seat from the back. Fleet vehicles don't. It's a different frame.
Interesting. It's Pipe V8 or Pipe V8A? It's Pipe V8A. Two of them, please. My God, we've got performance catalytic converters. Let me guess, it's just straight piped? Okay, do we have middle mufflers?
See, I'll tell you right now.
Oh my God. We're gonna do
Straight
performance
piping.
all the way back.
Straight piping is like the worst idea.
How so?
You bare minimum, you need to have a cap. I don't care if it's a almost non-existent cap, but it has to have a cap. Not for emissions wise, but because engines rely on back pressure. Straight piping means no back pressure, which means your fuel economy goes in the toilet, and as well as misfires go through the roof, and a number of other problems. You actually lose a lot of torque from the engine as well.
I'm actually trying to remember, because on the Impala, we straight piped the middle muffler. Did we have a middle muffler?
Catback.
We had holes in either the cat or on the mid muffler. I don't remember which. Resonator. We
Mid-muffler.
straight piped the resonator. That's what it was.
Okay.
We straight piped the resonator, kept the cat, and kept the rear muffler. And that car, that V6 3800, purred. Because the resonator had a giant gash of rust. And my options were $1,000 to replace the resonator or $80 to put a pipe where it was.
No.
As a high schooler, you choose option B. Especially when the muffler tech goes, I think it's going to sound pretty good. What was I looking for?
Nancy, to answer your question, we didn't work on the Crown Vic interceptors. We worked on the Explorer interceptors.
Those went to different departments?
No, it's just nobody in our area bought the Crown Vic interceptors.
That's fair.
You got to remember, we're rural area out here, so there's a lot of dirt roads and stuff.
That's fair.
We were also the only dealer for, I think I did the math one day, it was like 50 or 60 miles that would turn on the option in the BCM to disable the interior lights completely.
Oh.
Ford has it marked as an unsupported feature. So no dealer wanted to touch it, but it was just a flag in the BCM that you could do. And for those who don't know, BCM is body control module.
Which does...
Anything that's not related to the powertrain. Because you have your PCM, your BCM, and your EBCM. PCM is powertrain control module, so that's your engine, transmission, fuel pump. BCM is body control module, which is your windows, your AC, your door locks, your power lift gate, door sensors, things like that. And your EBCM is your electronic brake control module. That's your anti-lock brakes, your brake assist, stuff like that.
Cassie's got a good question. Why would you want it turned off? That setting.
Ford and most cars nowadays have it so that when you turn your key off and shut off your engine, your interior lights automatically come on. Which, if you're surveilling a neighborhood or somewhere, that's not the greatest idea. And the only way to get them to go off is to open and close your door. And if you're trying to pull up quiet on someplace and cut the engine off and watch, you don't want to, slam! And Chiba, yes, the program for scan is great, but also these vehicles are under warranty and they can't do that. Most states will have a thing in place that any government vehicle owned by the state is not allowed to be worked on by the state's technicians if the vehicle's still under warranty. Well, yes, you say screw the warranty, Chiba, but the fact of the matter is, if the state can get out of paying for repair, do you think they're going to pay for the repair?
No.
95 Explorer, Boog, what motor is in it? The 4.6?
I'm sorry, can we back that up a minute? How the hell are you guessing an engine just based on year? Are you just that familiar with all of them?
Eventually, parts catalogs just stick to the inside of your brain.
I see.
And it was still during the transition era, so it could have had a few different size motors in it. But I'm guessing it's probably going to be the 4.6. Because it's transition era is when they were swapping over V8. Possibly could have been the 4.6. That Ford had like 2 or 3 V8s at that point in time. It's transition era when they were starting to really switch over into OBD2.
Gotcha.
Which means everything was getting wired up, which means they had an engine for OBD2 and an engine for OBD. Which, if you've never done an OBD scan on a regular vehicle, it's fun. Big quotes around the word fun.
I see. Rim 37. We know what tire size this has. 1660, so 225, 60, 16.
It never had timing issues, then it had the earliest version of the VCTs, which were really good. Ford really screwed up the VCTs later on in life. VCT is variable cam timing. The engine could adjust itself for timing errors.
What are we going to put on it, Chase? Sport or race tire?
Sport. There's a little solenoid on the inside of the timing cover that will either pull the chain tighter or loosen the chain to adjust the timing. It could actually, the early system could account for up to 3 bent valves, I think is what the specs were. And it could fix the timing to accommodate for those valves, which was kind of neat. The newer stuff is technically built quote unquote better, but the tolerances are too tight. So you go too long on an oil change one time and your VCT solenoids are ruined. I still get angry at how that thing mounts tires. There's no tire slick, there's no tire spoon, there's no overinflating to set the bead and you think you're going to die because you're at 130 psi and the bead still hasn't set. Leaning back as far as you can going, please don't explode, please don't explode.
I'm sure you also hate this.
Yeah, that's 1,000% just cheating. Like, they do have tire machines that'll technically do what you're doing with the tire machine you have, but that bouncing bullshit, no. Why'd you do it that way? What's wrong with you? You know better than to do what you're doing.
That one should have hurt even more.
Oh, and for some reason you kept having to replace the rear license plate light. It's probably because you had a bad ground point at the gas tank, Boog. kept overvolting that section because that's where the common ground is at the rear of the vehicle, is the gas tank.
Sway bar B, steering rack. Front sway bar B, probably. Yep, there it is.
We had a we used to do oil changes sometimes for the hospital system. When their guys that get backed up, they'd send their ambulances down to us and stuff like that. We got a call one day and said, hey, this is such the hospital system. Yeah, what's going on? You know, could we ask a favor? Yeah, what's the favor? Can you ask your techs to stop turning the lights on in the ambulance? And I'm like, what do you mean turn the lights on the ambulance? You know, like lights and flashing the siren a little bit. And I'm like, I wasn't aware they were doing that. She goes, yeah, every time the lights come on, it starts recording on the dash cam. For 10 minutes after the lights are turned off, it stays recording on the dash cam. Then she followed it up with, tell Dennis his jokes aren't as funny as he thinks they are. I said, nope, hold on, I got to record this part of the conversation so you can tell him that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So I told the guys, I was like, hey, don't leave right at 5. I need to talk to y'all for like 5 minutes. They're like, oh. And I'm like, when in my conversations with y'all ever went more than like 5 minutes? Okay. 5 o'clock rolls around. They're all standing outside my office like, come on, man. We want to go home. Knowing good and well I had to be there till like 9 o'clock that night, and they want to go home. I don't want that. And I'm like, when we get police cars or ambulances, I said, or even fire trucks, I said, I understand it may be funny. Don't turn on the lights and sirens. Not even for half a second. No quick beep whoop. No. It may be hilarious. I said, but I really don't want to have the phone call I did today with anyone else ever again. And they're like, what? I said, is anyone else aware that when you turn on the lights that it immediately starts recording on the dash cam? And they all went, no. I said, Dennis. And he went, yes. I said, the lady at the rescue service said to tell you your jokes aren't as funny as you think they are. Whole shop lost it. Big D, or Big Diesel Tech, he goes, yep, they were definitely recording then. Shut up, Big D.
That's great.
Big D has to be like one of my most favorite techs I've ever worked with. He honestly had the largest toolbox I've ever seen. Like he shows up when we first hired him and we go to get this thing off. And I thought the guy was carrying like 4 or 5 toolboxes for somebody else. No, this was all one singular toolbox.
Oh.
25 feet of snap-on
Oh
goodness.
my god.
The thing had a freaking closet on it with a bar for him to hold up and hang up his jacket in and stuff. Yeah. Other end had a fridge. It was ridiculous.
See you, Boog. Have a good evening.
Hey, Big. Yeah, Cassie, we got fire trucks every now and then.
Hey,
I mean,
Chase.
It's not much for a to do a fire truck service.
We're almost done. I just have to put oil in it. The Lord knows if I didn't put oil in it and then it said you forgot oil, that was going to be a moment.
Yeah. Wham bum bum. That sounds great. It's in drive. Oh. Cassie says, well, if you remember to do the oil, you're better off than that one tech Chase mentioned earlier.
Thank you. Okay, it's
Chiba?
just stage
No, the
3
crate
ECU
motor
type
did
A.
not come with oil in it from the factory. But the regular car motor did.
Oh, that's how I missed it. Okay, so the ECU goes over there. Okay, and then let's get this back up in the air and let's do the driveline.
Also, that's like a 98 to 05 Crown Vic
Why?
because it's using an ECU,
Ah.
not a PCM.
Wait a minute. Where am I at? Custom gearbox. Here we go. Okay, we need a gearbox for a V8. CGM. We need the SC. But that's the engine I put in. Okay then. I didn't buy that engine. No, I didn't. Engine, transmission. God. My brain's just.
I mean, fair.
And we need a V8 starter. And we just need a drive shaft.
I just remembered last stream where you tried to start it and you realized you didn't put any of the fuses back in.
Oh, I did that as I was building the fuse block. Did you notice that? Okay. Last thing we're going to need to do once I verify... Okay, the only thing we're missing is license plates. So, where are we plating it? And... what are we plating it?
Do it in Texas with the plate walker.
I have Texas truck.
What?
I can do Texas truck.
Okay, that's weird. see better.
We could do just a blank plate.
I mean, a blank plate's gonna be. No, do you do New York?
New York.
Yeah.
Hey, what are my 8 characters?
Do like MTA 911.
MTA
Yep.
space 911.
Yep. Yeah.
What's MTA?
Metro Transit Authority. That's what most police are called in New York.
Gotcha. My part. Symbol. Let's
Yeah,
give it plates.
basically, if you're not dealing with homicide or theft, it's transit is who deals with stuff. So parking tickets, wrecks, everything like that,
Yeah.
that's going to be transit authority.
There we go. We're 100% across the board. Okay, so now move the car, and it's headed for the paint shop. Okay, we're gonna do red dot police. Or are we gonna do sheriff?
No, it's got an MTA tag, so it'd be red dot police.
Okay. Metallic? Or gloss?
Just gloss. They wouldn't have spent the extra money for a metallic paint on those things.
Okay. Black on black. Ready?
Yep.
There's our car. Send it over to the test path, and I'm going to do an alignment. Wow, I got that pretty in spec. Okay, do we want to dyno it?
Yeah. Just for fun. It should measure what it said it was going to, but
Well, with all the performance parts, it's going to be higher.
that's true.
Because there's your factory power. 680 horsepower, 620 pound of torque. Here we go. Chase, no! Chase, no!
It's gonna snap an axle.
Well,
Try it on the test track.
drag strip first.
Yeah. Chiba says Chase, yes.
Tchaikovsky, no. Tchaikovsky, yes.
Tchaikovsky always yes.
Tchaikovsky, always yes. Warm up and practice. Test your car. Quarter mile?
Now do a whole mile.
Do a whole mile.
Yeah. Remember the other car that we didn't get shit up to speed because it was slow climb. So
Ready?
I figured we go ahead and try it now. Yeah. Don't choke out at the light. Pay attention to your Christmas tree.
Wait a minute. I need my controller. All right.
Go. Just hoping I can mess you up.
Chase. We're over 200 mile an hour.
Uh-huh.
I want to do another run.
Yeah, because the shifting was a little funky at first.
Yeah, I had to get used to it.
Yep.
That's a short second.
Because of the torque.
Basically, above like 6th thou, I need a shift. She's straight as an arrow, though. She just sits and goes.
8th mile, 111 miles an hour.
One more time. That felt really good.
Still right around 217. Will it let you start in second gear?
You can try. Did I jump it?
It thinks you did.
I like first gear better.
Finish at the same speed. You had better quarter mile time. Same 8th mile time though. So I mean,
11.5 quarter mile. Quarter mile, yeah. Oh, God. Okay, test track.
Yeah.
Just see how it sits on the track.
See how many times you spin it out. What? It's got so much torque, you may just tap the gas and just start doing donuts.
Well, I'll start in second. Since that appears to be the trick. Test track. Or is it racetrack? It's racetrack. She tried to pull me off. No brakes! She got no brakes.
Body roll, though.
Whoop. I want to note it is an automatic. I'm not controlling the gears. I can't put my foot to the floor. I'm running at about half throttle.
Lol. Yes, he says, well, yeah, you don't have brakes because you turn them to dust along with both axles going over 200 miles an hour in just a mile like that.
So I've actually got a fun one. I think I've told this one before. I used to go to repo auctions with my dad.
Yeah.
And he would, buy, fix up, drive, and then sell 4 cars a year. Between he and my mom had a new car every 6 months each. And then they were staggered by 3 months. Well, one of the times we were at the repo auction, Chase, you're gonna know what this is. 2008 Chevy HHR.
God.
Okay.
Okay.
Now this is 2012 that we were there. Came off lease. Okay.
Okay.
Off lease, HHR. Guess how much mileage?
Coming off a lease, it was probably a fleet car because the HHR was very popular. So, probably 300,000?
Or no, this is 2010, because it had to only been a year or two. Because the gap that we had figured out, they had to do something like 150,000 miles a year on this thing.
Well,
It was 318,000 miles.
Was it white?
Blue.
Because I know Advanced Auto Parts is one of the biggest leasers of HHRs, or they were. And they tried to keep all their fleet white, but they leased the crap out of them things.
But no, the auctioneer looked at the listing, looked at the car, looked at the listing, looked at the car, looked at the light, which said green light, sold good condition, off lease. Well, we know the brakes are good.
Oh.
All right. So we now have a performance cop car. And this beauty of a car will be our project next time.
So, how much does the cop car sell for? It's the one thing we haven't answered yet. How much is it worth?
I made 118 grand on this thing. I only put 60 grand in it, so I'm doubling my money. If I sell it. If I sell it. This might be the first one I say we're going to keep. Because I'm proud of that. And I got the money to save a couple. What do you think?
It's your shop.
Yeah, we're going to keep the Overking. Parking. There it is. All right. Do we want to find one more option instead of the rusted out TBX?
No, we're going to do the TBX next before we bring anything else in.
Do we want to get another thing lined up for later? Like here.
I mean, do you...
I will put this on car left A. I will acknowledge that it's next. In fact, let's wash it and then put it on there.
I still want to find out where this soap is made.
Okay.
I hate the interior looks way better than the whole car does now.
Here, let me help the car. There. Now the body panels look like shit. Better?
Jesus.
Okay. Can we go to the auction?
Yes, let's go to the auction. Cassie says it is green.
It is green. All right. Are we doing salvage or are we doing the good ones first?
Let's do the good ones first, see if we can steal a car.
Page 1 of 4.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, that bandit ain't happening. 5
No.
star, that ain't happening.
No.
3 star and under, please.
Next page. Yo.
Could try for an electric car.
Come back to it. Next.
Both of those would be. We also have a Magnum that we could
Eva,
try.
I was thinking that too. There's a
Salem.
Pinto on the previous page.
Should we look at it?
Yeah. My God, it looks almost brand new.
What's the engine
You
look
never,
like?
you've never seen a brand new Pinto, have you?
Uh-uh.
They look just about like that.
We'd be doing a quick turn. Cosmetic only. I'm not rebuilding that engine. I'd be willing to try it.
What's the price on it right now?
Normal mode, close that. Starting at 6, going up to 17.8.
Don't go higher than 15.5.
Okay. Starting. I almost had it at 6. I'm out.
Yep. The Pinto will be fun, just not that high of a number.
Those we might be able to get at junkyard.
Probably.
Okay. Nothing else on here, unless we wanted to look at the Magnum.
No.
No?
No. Yeah, no, let's get a salvage.
Let's look at what they did to the Super Duty.
Oh, God.
I think it was in the new Twisters movie. Engine's there. Engine's decent. I wouldn't have a problem turning it. Honestly.
All the body panels.
Just paint. Paint and sheet metal. This ain't bad. I'd be willing to give it a shot. Plus, this would be the first branded truck or branded vehicle we've done. Everything else has been the game brand.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to try it. What do you think? Like, she needs work. No doubt. She needs work. She's in the factory color, though. Starting at 13, goes up to 26. I'm willing to go comfortably to 20.
Okay.
Nope. I stuck to my number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else?
Next page.
Ooh, we could get a parked car for our wrecked car.
Jesus Christ.
No, next page. Okay. Still banned because we just did one. Next page.
Yeah.
There's another.
See how bad that poor thing is.
It's a
Starting
1
bid
star.
741.
It's a 1 star.
This thing 100%
This looks like a
delivered pizza
Pinto.
on the weekend.
This looks like a Pinto. Oh, that engine's toast. Oh, that engine's toast.
Okay, if you can get this thing for cheap, we need to make it a super performance Pinto.
Performance Pinto.
Yes.
How's 3,000 cheap?
Yes. Do what you got to do to get it. It's worth it.
Get
You're
it?
gonna have fun with it. Get it.
Fuck off.
Stop it.
Receive car. Garage. Okay.
Yay.
We got a Pinto.
I got a performance
I'd
Pinto.
want one more.
Next page. Gotta go with station wagon.
Oh, the high road?
Yep, give it a few seconds for the thing to catch up and Chiba sees it. He'll agree.
Case.
Look,
I'm aware. Chase.
under that dirt is a Christmas vacation car.
Chase, it's a full engine rebuild.
Yeah? Everything else that we've gotten, we've made performance cars. Why not the station wagon?
I'm not going to do any investigation or anything. Y'all want it so bad. How much money am I spending on it?
No more than 7.5. 8. No more than 8. No more than 8. Pay over. We want it. Stop being mean. Yay.
Okay. I'm done. I don't see anything on that page.
I just want to see how screwed up that Mach 1 is.
3, it ain't that bad. Mostly cosmetic. Engine's okay? 30s. It's definitely seen better days. I'd consider a rebuild. At least in the 30s, I can repair most of the components. Needs a fender. It's gonna need glass. Gonna need a bath. Not terrible. It's way richer for my blood.
Jesus.
I'm gonna just say no to that.
Yep. I just want to see how bad what bad of a shape it was in.
Do we want to look at the atom for a quick turn?
I mean, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Cassie. Okay, exterior isn't bad. Chase, this is a quick turn.
Which means you're not going to get it for a decent price.
never know. We stole that one.
Yeah, that was the one we got.
If I can get it for 50, I'd be happy.
Oof.
Because the
Okay.
10 grand I got to put into it is going to add up. We clean it up and get it back out. Just going to let them duke it out for a second. I'm out. And if I would have kept pressing, they would have kept pressing. I hate that AI. Okay, I'm out. Okay, ready to go see our purchases?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to move you to C.
So say, give the station wagon a bath.
Really?
Yeah.
Magic
It's not gonna hurt
bubbles,
to
do
give it a
your
bath.
work. Oh, God. The wood paneling is missing. Oh, Chase, what have you done to me? Okay, well, if we gave that one a bath, we'll give this one a bath too. Oh, it was a race car. That
That's
explains a lot.
terrifying.
That explains a lot. Exactly, Cassie. Okay, we'll put that on B. No, not lift B, entrance B. Okay. So we have options to pull if we don't decide to do jobs. This is going to be our next in line.
Yep.
That said, I think I'm going to wrap here.
Okay.
Thank you, Chase, for joining me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Chat, we will see you guys tomorrow for our weekly dose of creative tendencies on the Minecraft server. This has been Custom Games. Chase, say goodbye.
Bye.
And chat, I have one question for you. Anyone up for some customs?